Oh boy. Oh boy, I swear to God. The old dog, she's deaf, she's pretty much blind, but she's got an uncanny sense to know exactly when I've gone live and just starts randomly barking at shit. I don't know if she can fucking pick up a Wi-Fi signal or what, but she does it every single time. Hello, Ivy.
Ivy. I'm so excited for this.
It's going to be very cool. It's going to be very, very, very cool. Oh. Yeah. Dun, dun.
It is such a little package, but it's so full of so many good things.
It's tiny. Oh, we'll give everyone a decent chunk of time to get on. I'll run the minis in a minute or so. Not going to rush through it, folks. It is only 5 cards, but we'll take our time going through it because it is a big boy break. Red alert. It's all about how you use it. They tell me. I swear, the last 48 hours, it's just immediately become summer in Melbourne. Hello, Brady. Like genuinely warm, hot summer weather. Sun's beaming. It is nuts. Yeah, this will be the only Dynasty one, I think. Market price is above the price that I broke it at. So yeah. To be able to buy this at market and then break it, this break would absolutely need to be $4.99 on the spot. And even then, it's not really, the juice isn't worth the squeeze for us. That would still be a relative non-profit break, which we don't need to make tons of money, but to outlay 15 grand and barely break even after website fees and yada 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 isn't really responsible. But to be fair, it's the first time that Tops have given us Dynasty, which is exciting. Hopefully we get the UEFA one and the baseball one too. Yeah. Although, and hopefully I'm not too out of line in saying this, I haven't fallen in love with the soccer designs that have been released so far. They did Museum, Dynasty, and Definitive, and I don't know. You don't get a lot of an idea in the cards from the sell sheets, but I don't adore them. They don't make me go, wow. Which I think the same things probably happened at Tops that happened at Panini, is that soccer's so far down the priority list that the interns basically work on soccer. All the A teams are on baseball and basketball, and the interns are all that's left. Potentially. All right, let's run some minis and get into this ginormous break. This is mini number 5. This is the 12 in 3 win. This is the last big boy one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Solely John Williams, Ali. Johnny Williams, you've come home with a wet sail on those minis. Sorry to everyone else. Soli 29, John Williams 30, Ali 31. Mini to close, which is for spots 6, 17, 34, and 35. Looks like this. 40 spots. But there can only be 4 winners. Ruben's in an interview where he said he's pushing soccer hard now. Well, look, he's not going to say that he's not, is he? But the proof's in the pudding that we've had one soccer release in 6 months. When it comes to CEOs of multi-billion-dollar companies talking, pay more attention to the actions than the words. 6 and 7. Charles McDermott, Josh Hasty, John Wilson, and Wowee. John Williams, you have gone 3 minis on the trot. You did have a chunky amount of spots, but 3 minis on the trot is a massive effort. Charles McDermott, Josh Hasty, John Wilson, John Williams. Johnny Wilson, you did a lot of your best work in the minis too. I think you got 3 spots off minis as well. Sorry to everyone else. That's the finishing order of that closing mini. Thank you guys so much for filling this. I really, truly wasn't sure how this would go. After probably 10,000 breaks plus, I generally have an idea of how most things are going to go. A 40-spot random driver F1 break that is $15,000. I was a little bit hesitant on it, but you guys absolutely crushed it. I was anticipating this break would probably run Wednesday or Thursday, but you guys crushed it and got it full today, so thank you.
It was definitely the first break where there was a lot of discussion before launching it to go, how do we even do this? Like, how do we set it?
Yeah, I had a few options, but glad we went with the full case in the end, because it is a sort of product that you want to see the full case on. You got in the mini. You got in, Hasty. You absolutely crushed it. You got in. Now I'm going to give you, like, I don't know, someone horrendous in the main. Andreas Stella or something. But you don't. I'm going to tell you right now, folks, it doesn't matter who you get in the random, because there's only 5 cards, maybe 6 if we get super lucky. So you want one that hits a card. If you get one that hits a card, you have to be doing pretty badly to not be catching a dub. Most of the cards that come out are dubs or close to it. But, yeah. You just want the drivers that hit. It is, in theory, a product that we could absolutely do a random after the break, but I don't. Last time I tried that, it was just a meltdown because I fucked it, so I'm not doing that again. There's your 40 spots. Done them a few times now. Let's head over to Random Town, which looks a bit like this. Yuki Tsunoda down the bottom. Alexander Albon up the top. That is 40 spots. Ayrton Senna, Michael Schumacher have cut auto booklets. A few people have said that there's a duel. I am not of the belief that there is a duel. I think it's one each, and the Schumacher's already come out. So the Senna's going to be the chase for that one, which that'll be a sizable deposit on a house, that booklet. So hopefully we can perhaps see that. No duel. That's what I was 100% sure on. But a few people, like a few of the big breakers around here and overseas, have been saying, oh, there's a duel. But Beckett screwed the checklist up. If you watch the IF Sports Card video, 2 of the Lewis Hamilton 101s finished 2nd and 3rd, and they valued them at like 95 and 100K US. Good luck, folks. Good luck. A friggin' base to 10 Isaac Hadjar patch auto is doing $3,500. It's bonkers. Bonkers. Good luck. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6. Matt, a big breaker. World's gone mad. Not just Matt. Matt, listen to the big breakers. 7, Toto Wolff up the top. Laurent Mekis, who I don't actually know who that is. He's down the bottom. Oh, boy. Johnny Wilson, Toto Wolff. Raymond Colapinto. Is he still a chase? David Coulthard for Hasty. I like Coulthard. The man's got the strongest jawline in the history of humankind. Jacques Villeneuve is a big chase, Johnny Williams. You'll know that. Mark Webber, he is our Aussie, but he's a bit bang average in this product, to be fair. Oscar P, Charles McDermott, one of the chase spots. Gerhard Berger for Vinny. Jonathan Wheatley, look, I'll be honest. There was a Wheatley that played for Melbourne. Fun fact, the Wheatley that played for Melbourne kicked the first ever super goal, 9-pointer. Remember the Antec Cup? Jonathan Wheatley, however, don't know who he is, Neeks.
It's probably the worst spot in the break, I would say.
Oh, no. Kimi Räikkönen is a massive spot. Love Kimi. Jean Alessi for Jakey G. Esteban Ocon for Jax. Pablo Montoya. He's got a massive checklist in this product. F1 legend Alex Panna. Good luck. Fernando Alonso, one of my personal faves. Jax. Andreas Stella, the DP. Mr. Cochran. Pierre Gasly for Clinton. Alexander Albon for Ev. Senna and Schumacher. A spot and a dream, Hasty. A spot and a dream. Hajar, Harry, you'll be happy with that. You're an F1 aficionado. Luke and George Russell, not bad. The young Brit. Bortoletto, he was a chase once upon a time, I guess might still be. James Vowles for Dylan Smith. Mario Andretti for Brady. Liam Lawson, the Aussie, who was racing and then just got the arse at the Lemon and SARS after a couple of weeks. Nicholas Wong. Damon Hill is a cool one, John Dimp. Mika Hakkinen for Josh Downey. Jackie Stewart, Sir Jackie Stewart. How rude are they not to put a Sir on the checklist? Tops need a thing. He is a Sir, isn't he, Jackie? Surely. He is not. He's not. He is. Get stuff, Tops. Carlos Sainz. Lawson's a Kiwi. Oh, well, same thing, basically. No one knows what New Zealand is. That's why we have to say Australian. Ayo Komatsu. Not sure who he is either. Jax. Kimi Antonelli. Chase. Soli. Oliver Behrman is good. Yuki for Ali. Frederick Vasseur for Ev. I'm not sure that's all that good, Ev, but he's like similar age to you, so that kind of works. Nico Hulkenberg for Cannon. Emerson Fittipaldi for Johnny Wilson. Good chase. Lance Stroll, Nepo Baby for you, Johnny Will. Andy Cowell for Johnny Wilson. And I'm sitting here worrying at some point the big boys are going to turn up. The big boys turned up right at the end. Terrapon, Lewis, Jax, Max, Peter Tran, Lando. What a trio of spots. Michael Chu, you get Laurent Meckies. Not sure who he is either, to be fair. How's that? 37, 38, 39 have just gone. Yeah. Whoa, I just messed that up. There we go. If he throws a phone at someone. Yes.
That last four are insane. I mean,
Who's
Laurent
Meckies?
He's the team principal of Red Bull.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's not bad. He's one of the better T-bosses, I guess. And yeah.
Yeah, those three in a row is nutty. Well, right at the end, too. And they're the spots that never sell. They always end up in minis. I can't remember if they were one-off minis or not, but I think Jax was picked. The Max spot was picked. Good luck. There is not going to be any more than 6 of you. Probably 5, potentially 6 of you that are happy at the end of this break. Let's hope that they are very happy. Putting the teams onto the book face and we'll get stuck in. Took Horner's job. Oh, yeah. Where'd the horn dog go? All right. Hello, little Casey.
Horn dog got the sack. He's currently unemployed.
I thought he would have gotten a gig somewhere.
I think there's a chance he's going to Mercedes, I think it is.
Yeah. There's the case. That's my address label on the front, so I'm not going to show you that. But that's our case.
That's it, Aston. Sorry.
Aston Martin's my supercar of choice. If I could have any, have any supercar, it's an Aston Martin all day, every day.
I'd want a Toyota with a Subaru badge.
Well, you're in luck. Yay! Little boxes. That's it. One patch auto. We may get a liquid silver, which I am dying to see in hand because they're supposedly a bit gorgeous. They're a new printing technology and stuff. They made a big deal about them in baseball. I'm assuming there's a cover on them. I think there is from what I've seen, yeah. All right, nothing in the lid. Nothing in the lid. Oh, nothing in the base. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, we were watching some cases earlier that had that on there. It's a vertical. Vertical red to 5. So everything in this is to 10 or less, by the way, folks, in case you were wondering. Your first auto is Gerhard Berger. 1 of 5. Go the Berger. Look at that race suit. That's sick. Vinny. Gerhard or Gerhard. Legendary patch auto. 1 of 5. Go on, Vinny. I don't know who he is, if I'm honest. I don't. He's a legend, though. Assume. What color parallel are the 101s? Like gold?
Yeah, I think so.
That is this way. This looks silver.
Ooh. Shit.
Nasty. Nasty. It is Oscar Piastri. 4 of 10. The big O. Charles McDermott. Why, whenever I hit these cards, do I end up having to send them overseas? I don't care that someone overseas hit it, except that I have to then go and post it. That's sick. The part of the nameplate as well. Wow. That's sick. Sorry, Solly. YouTube is just generally delayed, but Twitch is your best bet. Whenever we hit an Aussie and it's a big card, it always ends up overseas for some reason. Always happens. Bottle job. All right. What's that? There's one of the triple badges. I think it's the 10 as well. Well, Lando Norris, 9 of 10. First and second in the championship. You can't ask for much more than that, can you? Peter Trent! Far out. All we need is Max now, and we'll have the championship winner locked up.
This product, man.
That's insane.
I haven't seen a bad case yet.
Box number 4. Give us a 101. I want a 101. I'm greedy. This is 2 of 2. 2 of 2. It's the same as the Gerhard thing, the 75 years. And it is David Coulthard. Look at that patch. Look at the state of that patch. Mr. Digi Roulette. Go on. That's sick. Man who did spend most of his career just chasing Schumacher around. But it's very, very cool. That jawline, like, you could set your watch to that jawline. Well, one to come. Two verticals, two horizontals, 2 to 10s, 2 shorter. What are we finishing with? No liquid silver. Gimme, gimme, gimme. It is to 10. It's the same as the Lando spec. Do we know the order? How about Ayo Komatsu, 4 of 10. Most cases I've seen have had at least one DP. Ayo Jax, you don't go hitless. MoneyGram Haas. And that, my friends, is Dynasty. That is Dynasty. Insane product. Absolutely insane. Well done to those who found a hit. There's some very, very good stuff there. Those two in the middle. Genuine belters. That Piastri is sensational. I wonder why. So the Piastri writing's like foil refractor and the Lando's not. It's weird. Just the card design, I think. Insane. Imagine it was a team break, I know. Someone would have eaten. Yeah, that's going to be the only Dynasty we do, folks. I would love to be doing more, but Topps were kind enough to give us one case to do. Like I said, if I did this again, it'd need to be over $500 a spot. And Pick Your Driver is also like, I think Hamilton in most Pick Your Drivers I've seen is like a $2,000 spot, which is nuts. So we probably won't be doing any more. But thank you guys so much for filling up this one. Well done to those of you who found yourselves a hit. And we'll see you next time. We'll be back with a fully... Yeah, we do have... Matt does have, folks, a 2020 F1 Chrome Hobby. A single box that we're going to be listing at some point. That is the basically everyone rookie year. And if you know that product, there's a bit of a trick you can do with the numbers on the back that tell you if it's got more potential of being an auto box or a better box. And ours is smack bang in the danger zone. So we're going to have a bit of fun with that. Not sure when we'll chuck it up. We'll see. I was going to chuck it up tonight, but the night just got away from us. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We might do it with the new one. We'll wait and see. Hamilton is 17% of the case. It wouldn't surprise me based on how his stuff's been selling. Like, it's a 5 is a $10,000 card if you believe comps. So, but in saying that, if you can get, I mean, if he was $2,000, I haven't priced it out, but I'm pretty sure he was around $2,000. 12K. If you can buy, you can't buy a case for $12,000 at the moment. Run the NBA mini while we're on. I can do that. So if he is 17% of the case, then yeah, you won't get a case for $12,000 at the moment. You wouldn't get. Yeah, I don't think you've ever been able to get a case for $12,000. So he's probably even more. than that. Is the NBA mini full? Well, I mean, Braids was kind of insinuating that. Yes, it was. There's 2 full, actually. I won't run the teams, but I'll run the minis. Absolutely your mini, Zeus. I'm going to run the shit out of it. I'm going to run it so hard, Zeus. Brady closed out this one. This is mini for 5 mains. 15 in, 5 win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Matty Ticehurst. Top 2, Luke and Scott Smith. Rob Pett, you're in. Brady, you should have not mentioned anything because I've rolled you. I've done a Zeus to you. Matty Ticehurst, 1 and 7. Lucan, 19. Scott Smith, 21. And Rob Pett, 30. Mini number 2. Time to roll, Zeus. George will be live to rip this after whatnot. 12 in and 5 win. Yay. 1 Zeus, 2 Zeus, 3 Zeus, 4 Zeus, 5 Zeus, 6. Oh, he's down the bottom. That's where you want to be, Zeus. I'll still roll you, though. Oh, 2 in, Zeus. Zeus, Jody, Jason, Zeus, Maddie. Redemption. Please take me to dinner first. Hello, Blizz. Into there. Zeus, spot 9 and 26. Jody, 11. Jason, 25. Matt Ton, 29. George will run the teams for it before he does the break. I reckon you'll probably see him around 10 o'clock-ish. See how he gets on. We'll be back with hopefully a full smorgasbord tomorrow. We've got 1,000,001 things on the go behind the scenes at the moment, so bear with us while we don't have a hell of a lot going up on the website every night. We are working towards some massive changes incoming that are going to be sensational. Bye.